Everyone, it is Sunday the 3rd of March. I am the Caking Mum NZ, and I thought I've got to make cakes for my kids' birthdays next weekend. Why not do it while I'm online? First of all, if you're chatting, please be kind, respectful, R18, because I will swear, do swear. If this is a clean channel, there are plenty of channels that aren't, so you can go there if this isn't for you. Hope everyone's had a good week. My week's been up and down. Went to the doctor on Monday and had some medication change, just because it was time to. But that's knocked me for a bit of a six, and I was supposed to not have my children for the weekend, which would have given me time to relax and just sort of let the old medication come out of my system. Oops, a new one go in. However, these things happen, and my ex wasn't able to have the kids, so we've just made do. I've been and done some beautification this week. I went and got some eyelashes, and I got my eyebrows tidied up, just to make myself feel a bit nicer, a bit prettier. I can tell you that having false lashes, is a little bit too much maintenance for this caking mum. I don't know that I'll be getting them again, but I have had lots of comments, so got to do everything we can to build ourselves up, make ourselves feel good. I've also done 2 gym sessions this week. I was intending to do 3, but again, that medication changed. Yesterday the kids and I just hung out at home, apart from a wee trip to the supermarket, and today we've been on a walk and they had a play at the school playground because it's due to rain tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to make chocolate cake for my daughter. She wants a chocolate cake with Barbie theme. My son wants a Spider-Man cake. I tried to get them to compromise and have one cake between the two of them because it's a joint party, they're 4 days apart. But no, they want a cake each, so here we go. My chocolate cake recipe, I barely ever actually have to read it. 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour. You know, you get to learn these things as you go. So this is what I like to do. I'll try and talk as much as I can because I have been told that streaming is all about talking, not just doing. So in goes the sugar. And I've got a nifty triple sifter here. I love these things with handles. Old school. And my flour. 2 cups of flour. Concentration phase. Don't want to have too much flour. Don't want a dry cake. Also, my daughter doesn't eat cake at all. So I'm making a cake for a 6-year-old who doesn't eat cake. Whereas she's going to be 6. So that's always fun. I don't think she's ever actually had a piece of her cake. Maybe her first birthday cake. But since then, no, she doesn't like cake. She does like fondant though. The kids call it sugar, and so when I'm making fondant, sometimes they'll get a roll of sugar that doesn't need using, or I'll make decorations and there'll be some left over, so the kids get those. They quite like that little privilege. Right, baking powder, so we've got 2 teaspoons of this. Apologies for the noise. I'm doing this by my phone. 1, 2, and I'm putting everything behind me to get off the bench. And it also means I can have a quick sneaky look at chats, but there's nothing there, so that's good. I do have 1 viewer though, so hi viewer. Okay, we've got 1.5 of the baking soda. Yes, I did wash my hands before I started. And I'm wearing my grandmother's apron. My grandmother's been dead since 2009 and I've hardly ever used it. Okay. Cocoa powder goes in now. 3/4 of a cup. Don't even really need to check, but I kind of do. This cake's a really good recipe. It's a nice moist cake. It uses oil and eggs. So, just hygienic using a spoon. I have worked in kitchens before, so I'm not completely silly. Get the baking soda out of the way. Okay, so now I'll make some noise. This always means that cocoa powder goes up my nose. It's not fun. No, it won't. I've forgotten one thing. We also need a teaspoon of salt. So do that over the sink, don't do that over your bowl. Because can you imagine if you overdid the salt over the bowl? Yuck. Alright. Salt back. Now we'll use the stove. Let some dust clouds fly. Put the cocoa in now. Just because I've said it'll be like kids and animals. You probably can't actually see the dust flying. I'm sorry if my voice isn't very loud too. If you need to, tell me to speak up. I have been told in a comment that I just need to be a little bit louder. I'm not very good at projecting my voice, and I am also trying to not wake the children who are sleeping down the hall. However, I don't think a hurricane would wake those two if they weren't ready to wake up, so it's probably not too much of a problem. I have a whisk obsession, multiple whisks. Just going to whisk this all together. Dry ingredients. Makes it easier on the mixer when it's done. Being the last that cocoa out too. Okay. So now half a cup of oil. And that is just canola oil or vegetable oil, you can use any. That way. I break my eggs into it because it's real hard to break the eggs into a bowl that's got a small opening. Okay, eggs are in. Put these in the bin. Move my flour out the way because it's no longer needed. Put my laptop next to sleep. Okay, and one trick I've learned with the oil and the egg, put the vanilla in, because yes, I do forget. Not often, but I do. It still tastes good. It's a chocolate cake for goodness sake, and it has coffee in it, so it still tastes good. So we've got 1, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I just use any one. My favourite actually is that one, Queen. But I use that mostly for icings because you can taste it. Okay, so I've got my wet ingredients there and buttermilk. Buttermilk, Americans will be familiar with buttermilk. That's one of the other secret ingredients, I guess not secret. In my cake is buttermilk, so it's buttermilk and oil. Right, we've got a cup of buttermilk. There we go. I've got my eggs and my oil and my vanilla. And I have my spatula. Red spatula for cakes, blue spatula for buttercream. Because I make Swiss meringue buttercream and, you know, you just want to keep it a bit separate. Okay. Put these wet ingredients in, and then I'm going to go and put coffee and hot water into one of these jugs while the mixer goes. So apologies, you might want to turn your sound down while I turn the mixer on and just go and get this hot water and coffee. I got my recipe from a website called Add a Pinch. It's called the best chocolate cake recipe ever. I've also got a best vanilla cake recipe and a red velvet from that same website. So those are my most popular, so they're actually on my wall where I can see them, but the chocolate cake is one I don't actually need to look at. Right, so I've got the hot water, just make sure this has done its thing. No, and it needs to go just a little bit longer. Sorry, a bit more noise. Okay, now I'm turning the mixer down, and I'm going to add the hot water. And because it usually goes everywhere, I'm not going to show you that bit. It's going to make a liar of me today. Maybe I can show you. Right, here we go, it's going everywhere. So yeah, that's a cup of hot water going into cake batter. Very slowly, because it will go up the wall. And like the way I say will, it does go up the wall. Sorry, I just realised that might have been quite quiet. I'm still getting used to this. I really want a laptop that actually I can do all this from. So if I've been quiet, I'm sorry. The way I've got things set up. Now it doesn't need to set back up. Okay. I'm going to turn that up a little bit now. Get some air into it. It's all about the air bubbles. Okay. Now I'm just getting my tins, which I freeze. So I was watching a cake baker once, and she was like trying all these different ways to make her cakes rise evenly, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go and have a wee play around. So I was putting them in the fridge, which does work if it's for a long time, or if I'm making the cake quite soon, I'll put them in the freezer. So I will grease them, and I will line them, and then into the freezer they go, and that just means that the outside doesn't heat up faster than the cake when it's rising, and you get a more even cake out of it. I do always tend to get different size cakes anyway. I've got 3 tins here that I'm putting into 2 3/8-inch tins, so that is always a little bit hit and miss. I try to put them in a triangle so I can sort of gauge them by eye. Yeah, so here we go. First one definitely needs more in it, but that's alright. Nothing in life is perfect. Nor is the mix actually. Didn't reach the bottom. That's a bit of a shame. I think it's for my daughter, so she's not going to know any different. Mind you, she's a connoisseur. So her dad went to give her, this was a couple of years ago too, when she was quite small, her dad went to give her some cocktail sausages for dinner. These aren't the right ones, Daddy, they don't smell right. And he's like, what? She's like, no, they're not the right ones. Okay, so I looked at the brand, and in New Zealand they're Hellas that he had. So, okay, no, she doesn't like Hellas, righto. So off they went to the supermarket, and they got Top Hat, and they gave it to her to smell. And sure enough, yep, these are the right ones, Daddy. So now we only get Top Hat cocktail sausages because the little madam can smell them. Does she smell the difference? When they're cooking even, apparently. Although her palate is getting better. Right, just wiping up my bench a little bit. I'll put these cakes together. Right, in they go. Hoping for a good rise. So that's them done. Now I need to clean up. That's always fun, because that'll be half an hour. I don't know if I've got half an hour of talking in me tonight, but I just wanted to jump on and show you sort of what I do or work while I was talking, get myself a bit used to it. I am planning on jumping online in the week sometime to make the decorations for my kids' cakes and do the fondant and things, because I make my own cutouts. Yeah, so I hope you haven't been too bored. Just another little stream, just another little get to know me. Hope everyone is having a great Sunday if you're in New Zealand, wherever else in the world you are. I hope you're having a great day, a great evening, that you've had a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.